Welcome to this episode of Feel Good Fridays with NECAT. Our goal for Feel Good Fridays is to highlight area nonprofits and all the good work that they do, especially during this pandemic, and what we can offer to our community in Nashville and Middle Tennessee. My name is Sharon Brandmeier. I'm the Vice Chair of the NECAT, and with me today is Shayla Paz, our current board member and also NECAT's president-elect for next year. Today, we are highlighting the Nashville Ballet. And since its founding in 1986, Nashville Ballet has grown to become one of the largest professional ballet companies in Tennessee. It represents a variety of classical ballet and contemporary works. In addition, the Nashville Ballet School provides dance education for children, youth, adults at every experience level. I would also say, I was looking at the website earlier, they also have a virtual classes, so keep that in mind for during this pandemic, for those that are interested in virtually taking lessons from home. You can find all of this information, their upcoming events, information about the school at their website, which is nashvilleballet.com. We're happy to welcome Sharon, Mahoney, and Jason Mcclendon for Feel Good Fridays with NECAT and the Nashville Ballet.
Hello, hola. How you doing today? Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you guys for having us so much.
Yes.
And you having a good Friday so far?
Yes.
Excellent.
Fantastic. So let's start with Sharon. Could you tell us a little bit about your role at Nashville Ballet?
Sure. I am the company manager. I was laughing at the intro internally because when you said we started in 1986, I've been with the company since 1989. So I originally came to the company as a dancer, and after retiring, I taught in the school and had worked my way up all through different aspects. As we grew, I sort of tumbled into different positions that became something that we needed as the organization continued to grow, which landed me into the company manager position. I actually handle the artistic budget and all of our contracts with choreographers and designers and music licenses and the dancers. And I also handle all communication aspects with the dancers as far as kind of keeping our operations and schedules moving along on that artistic side. So
wow.
It was funny because Jason's a new dancer for us. And so with this strange year, I never met him in person. I think it was until the end of September, right?
Wow.
Yes.
When we were doing testing and filming for Nutcracker. So it's a different year.
It is.
It is a lot. You have a lot on your plate, girl.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I actually also handle all of our COVID notifications and testing and everything like that. So
My
that's
goodness.
a whole new aspect I never thought I'd have to handle, but definitely learning a lot.
Well, I don't have a
She's
hat
doing
on,
great.
but my hat off to you.
Thank you.
So what about you, Jason? Tell us about you a little bit.
So this is actually my first season with Nashville Ballet, and I'm extremely happy to be here. And I'm an apprentice. So basically what comes with being an apprentice, we take class with the company, we rehearse with the company, we perform with the company. We're with the company 24/7. And I think that's a great opportunity because we can see the artists up close and actually learn from them each and every day. And yeah, we're really, really happy for the opportunity. So.
Fantastic. Channeline,
Yeah.
your question next.
Well, along those lines, Jason, and also for Sharon, I was going to ask for the first time in Nashville Ballet's history, the Nashville Nutcracker is going to be on television. And I think that's probably because of the pandemic and everything going on. So tell us a little bit about how you did that during a pandemic and the practicing and the cohesion of the company, but then also having to switch from performance live to now how do we do this and showing it on television. Tell us a little bit about that and how that worked.
I'll jump in to start and say, from the artistic staff standpoint, we divided the company for safety into pods. And so I know I'll let Jason talk a little more on, especially being new to a company. And each dancer knows Nutcracker, but when you join a company new, you have a whole new Nutcracker to learn. A lot of people might not realize each company's Nutcracker is individual to that company. And ours is especially so because it is called Nashville's Nutcracker and it's based with Nashville history. So the pods were not large enough for our full cast of Nutcrackers. So they actually spent weeks rehearsing separately using Zoom via studio to studio, because you may actually be dancing with someone who was in another studio. And we didn't get to put those people together until 1 week before filming.
Wow.
Because we were trying to keep everyone safe. They were rehearsing in masks and working like that. So we put them together first with masks on to finally do big scenes like the finale and the party scene and things. And then the following week, we would have been able to, we did rapid testing daily to make sure that the dancers could be unmasked together and film safely. And the production crew that we have is pretty phenomenal. And they emptied our entire warehouse into 5 large trucks so that we could build a sound stage with our sprung floor in our warehouse to create a space for filming, which was pretty amazing.
And you all had to do that pretty quick.
Yeah,
I mean, this was a quick turnaround.
It was, and we kicked, usually the dancers start the season and they, we usually have a season opener ballet in September and one in October, and then we get into Nutcracker, and they started in August and we started right out of the gate with Nutcracker, knowing that it would have to be filmed near the end of September. So it was very unique. And I'll let Jason tell you a little bit about the filming is quite different than live performance, right?
Yeah, how was that,
Yeah.
Jason, of you're expecting live performance and you get pods and recordings? How was that transition?
So I definitely think that there's nothing like performing live, but we're learning each and every day, doing all of this virtually. But I think Nashville Ballet did a great job because they actually worked with a team of medical advisors from the Nashville Public Health Department, and we followed the guidelines from the CDC as well as the Tennessee Health Department. And for example, we wore required masks by the artistic staff and dancers, and we did our weekly testing, our daily testing. We also filmed separately from our youth cast members to stay extra safe. And so just doing that and just honestly just being able to dance right now was just a great opportunity. So, yeah.
So how was it practicing over Zoom?
I would say it was definitely a learning experience because I think all dancers are visual learners. We like to be in the room and see what is actually going on. So I think that was a bit tough for me. And then also just dancing in masks has taken some time to get used to, but we've gotten used to it. And now we're all troopers and we're doing it every day. So.
They are.
Yeah.
We had an
It's the
interesting,
agility of 2020.
yes, adaptability. And we had a laugh at the beginning of the season. We said this season was going to be, the theme would be flexibility. And since we were going to need to bounce from reacting to what's happening in the community. I know one of our dancers mentioned that usually we do about 15 performances of Nutcracker. And of course, when they get ready to do a performance, they get in costume, they do their performance, which might be a section and only last about 3 minutes. And then they're out of that costume and on to whatever's next. And she mentioned that with the filming, she feels like she spent more time in the costume than probably 3 years worth of live performances. Of course, with filming, they stopped and started a lot. And I think, Jason, can you comment on Mr. Vasterling's, our artistic director's perfectionism since he had the opportunity to do retakes.
Over Zoom as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think Nashville Ballet just has a extremely high standard for the dancers, which we love because we love trying to reach that standard and strive for it every day. But it was very nice to stop and start, you know, just in case you didn't feel like you got the take, we got another opportunity to feel confident that we got that nice take, and it was great. So, yeah.
That's
How
fantastic.
has it been?
Can you
Yeah,
tell
how
us
has it been, Jason, adjusting? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Shayla.
I just wanted to know about his background. Where is he from, and
Yeah.
how long he's been? Is you're from another city? How long you've been in Nashville?
So I'm actually from Florida. I'm from Tampa, Florida, and I actually started dancing when I was 14. It's a little late for a young male dancer, but I'm here. And I trained at the Battelle Conservatory, and I recently just got here in Nashville in July. So I haven't really gotten to explore the city just because of everything that's going on. But from what I see, you know, taking a little walk every day on the trail, everyone seems really great in Nashville, really positive attitude, very strong people. So I like being here and I love the city.
Well, welcome. I'm glad that you're here.
Thank you.
Right.
Welcome.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome to Nashville and the Nashville Ballet. So how has it been really for you to also come into a new company, be in the Nutcracker, and in the middle of a pandemic? I mean, you have a very unique perspective as a new member to the company.
I would say it's been a really big learning experience. Just because in dance, you know, there is, as I said, a high standard, and, you know, we're pretty tough on ourselves every day because we are basically achieving perfection that we'll never obtain, but we try and keep a positive attitude about it every day. And it's actually really great because the Nashville Ballet dancers are extremely lovely people. And I mean, I don't think that I've ever worked with dancers like this. So I'm extremely happy to be here, and it's a very lovely opportunity.
And
That's
for
great.
you, Sharon, what is it like for you to have new dancers join the company from another state?
Mm-hmm.
It's so unique this year. It's always very exciting each year if we have new dancers come in. And this year has just been really unique. We have a different training, and of course paperwork and all of that has all had to be via emails and Zooms and things like that. So it was always really important to me that they felt very welcome, and that they also felt that they had a good understanding of resources and benefits that we have. And it was strange trying to adapt that with this 2D model of doing everything via Zoom. So it's been really nice when I've had the opportunity. Most of our staff is remote, and I've had the opportunity to be in when we're handling that daily testing. So that's been really nice to see them face to face. And I think also for Jason, what's interesting, and some of the other new dancers, is because of the pods, they actually haven't really had a lot of time with half the company. So they're really only working with a certain group of dancers. So it's nice to hear him say that they're feeling friendly and family, that they've landed in a good pod.
That's good.
That's strange.
And when you are hiring new dancers, what is that you look for in those new dancers?
One of the things that's so important to us is versatility. We want to see a dancer that is able to handle the classical, technical aspects of a ballet, but also we want to see a personality and a sort of an essence from within them that allows them to really expand their movement and explore contemporary movement. We do a lot of original work and a lot of creation. And so we want to see dancers that are easy to go back and forth between both. And then I think the other aspect for us, which has probably been very hard this year with the mass, is we're very theatrical in our portrayal of things. So we really like dancers who have a really strong sense of presence on stage. And it's, I think that's been trickier. You know, they don't have a lot of time out of the mass. So I think just working on, you know,
The
facial
eyes.
expressions and reacting to each other has been a little harder. So those are two big things that we look for in young dancers.
That's fantastic. I always was curious about how did that work, because we always see people coming and going and the Nashville Ballet, but we don't know what is behind the scene, what happens, and what is it that you look for, and what is the typical length of time of a dancer at the company?
You know, we actually, I think this, I will give some credit to the city of Nashville. And like Jason was saying, the people in Nashville, and this being such a beautiful place to live and such a fun, great city to live in, that does a lot of credit to us maintaining and keeping our dancers, in addition to the way we run the company. We actually have senior members of the company that have been there anywhere between 8 to 10 years. And these are dancers, when they come and join our company, they actually live here in Nashville. A lot of them have even gone on to other careers here in Nashville. They've gotten married, they've had children here, they still live here. So the city is a big draw for us, for sure. And then the opportunity of the music that we have to work with here in Music City. We work with a lot of original live music. That has been really hard this year, for the dancers to work so much with recorded music. We're just not able to gather or have our symphony, you know, Nashville Symphony with us, and we're not able to have a lot of outside people working with the company right now. So that's another big draw, is that we do a lot of original things and that we work with a lot of live music. And I think that keeps the dancers here. We have a really strong longevity with dancers that come in where they're here several years. And then we may have our new dancers that have either been in our second company, maybe 2 years already, and then they're heading into the company, or maybe if we haven't found exactly what we need within our second company, then quite often we'll go outside auditions where we found Jason.
Nice.
So in terms of the rest of the performances, I take it your 2020 season was definitely put on hold. What are the plans for 2021? Are you just kind of being, again, flexible as the theme? Kind of what are your future plans for the Nashville Ballet?
We are really, really excited about the news about vaccines and things like that, in hopes of really getting us back to, as Jason said, we've taken advantage and been able to be adaptive with digital series and being able to bring our fans things via broadcasts and different digital opportunities. But having them in person, live, experiencing with us, with the music, is still something that is not replaceable. And we really long to get back to that. We are looking for some opportunities in Nashville, and we're in different conversations about hopefully even doing maybe an outside presentation in the spring, where it would have people safe and feel good about gathering to see us perform live. So we're hoping for some things like that, and then really longing to get back into our home theater at TPAC. The dancers, I think, will be, Jason's never seen TPAC yet. I think it'll be exciting for them.
It'll be a treat for him to go into TPAC. It's gorgeous.
Yes. And really get those audiences back in person will be our big goal. So we had a lot of ballets that we put on hold that we're sort of pushing into the next year. And, you know, we've been working so tightly with our local people that we're looking forward to having choreographers come in and visit with us again. And once we open up travel, and
yes,
fingers crossed.
I think we're all looking forward to that. And I think we're all looking forward to arts and performances coming back in our lives. I think this year has really shown us how we all value those things. And it's really that expression of being human and our connection to others. And that comes out in performances and the arts. So I did want to mention, since we can't see it live, we're going to see the Nutcracker on air, which it's going to premiere on December 18th on News Channel 5. There are some encore performances on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day on News Channel 5 Plus, and then again on News Channel 5 again. It'll also be on the app and then all of the streaming services as well. So that's really exciting for the Nashville Ballet. And kind of, it's sponsored by the Titans. So how did that come about of sponsorship and your partnership with News Channel 5 as well for that?
One thing that I've been very proud about with Nashville Ballet is we have been very adaptable throughout this whole pandemic. As soon as everything started, we have tried to maintain and stay ahead in order to continue to keep our dancers working, keep our faculty and our employees working, even the virtual classes, to really give what we normally do to the community. Being able, when we approach Channel 5, being able to have them come on as a sponsor and to present our Nutcracker for free to the entire community is so unique and such a special holiday treat. What we're really hoping is that this gives that little bit of tradition to all of those people who come to see us at TPAC, and it allows them to still enjoy it with their families in a safe way. But I'm really excited about the opportunity to have a whole new community of people who may have never seen the Nutcracker, and they'd be able to look at it and get to see it in their own homes safely. And hopefully it will spark an interest for them to come and see these dancers live and have the symphony live in future years. So it's just a really unique opportunity. And the Titans jumped at it, as well as PNC. They just are so community based here in Nashville. And when they saw the opportunity to really give this as a gift to the community, it was just easy for them to decide to come on and really help us do this. We really wouldn't be able to do it as a nonprofit. We wouldn't be able to do it without their assistance. So it's going to be a really tremendous gift to the city.
That's great. I'm so happy to hear that. And they're always very supportive of a lot of nonprofit organizations. And also it'll be a treat for parents to entice their kids to become dancers and to come and take lessons, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So Jason, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
5 years, that's a great question. I hope to see myself with Nashville Ballet and growing, really just growing each year as not only as an artist, but as a person, as a human being, because I love that. I love learning. I love really just growing, when you feel that experience and you look back and, oh, I was like this and now I'm here, and your life is different, and yeah.
Do you have a favorite piece of ballet or a music that you like to dance to?
Or style?
I would say I definitely love classical ballet, but I'm finding that contemporary is a little more human, and I love that aspect about it. Yeah.
That's a really good assessment of that, actually. It's interesting when he paused there, because I thought they're working on a lot of contemporary right now. Because of course, when they finished Nutcracker, we moved right on to other ballets. Right. So, yeah, so he's
it's nice that you have that balance between the classical and more contemporary because you were talking about, growing as a dancer. I can see how that would be a good growth opportunity and keeps it interesting for you.
Yes, absolutely.
For sure. So anything else that you guys would like to add? Talk about what's going on next for the Nashville Ballet?
As Jason just mentioned, they are working on contemporary works that we are planning to have in February. And our Attitude series is something that we normally do at TPAC in February, and that is usually a collection of contemporary works. So we are still working on some of those ballets and then in discussion of how we'll present them. But there's a ballet by our artistic director, Paul Vasterling, and they are also working on a ballet by a guest choreographer we've had previously, Jennifer Archibald. And a really fun one, I think Jason will agree, is Under the Lights, which is our ballet set to Johnny Cash's music that was by one of our former dancers, Christopher Stewart. And that is a really big crowd pleaser. So I think the dancers usually love dancing that one. It's a lot of fun.
That would be
That
great
sounds
to
really
see.
interesting.
Good mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to say, and I think Jason would echo that, we can't say enough about our task force that we've had for our safe return to work, and also the different resources that I've had and different partners, and especially Cody Bartone and his team at Care Now East has taken care of all of our testing, and they test for us on site to really make sure that the dancers are able to be working safely. And I think dancers can't perform properly unless they have a safe space, emotionally and physically, with the special flooring that we have and everything. This pandemic has added a whole extra level of barricades that we've needed to cross to make sure that they feel safe, so that they can still create and continue to grow as artists. And we can't say enough about all of the health partners we've had helping us do that.
I am so happy to hear that you have people in the community supporting the Nashville Ballet, and that the dancers feel comfortable enough to come and perform for us, even if it is virtually or on the small screen, and that we are proud of the work that you guys are doing. And Jason, welcome to the community, and I can't wait to see you on the Nutcracker on December 18th. I gotta look at the date.
The premiere, December 18th.
And December 18th is
I echo that.
Huh?
I said I echo Shayla's excitement about the Nashville Nutcracker being on television. I agree. It's going to open it up to the community, and I think it's going to introduce a lot of people to the ballet. And I hope that when we are able to see live performances, even more people come see it. It is always beautifully done, all of the performances and all of the dancers. Jason, welcome to Nashville. We're glad you're here. And we're also glad that you guys participated in NECAT's Feel Good Fridays. So I don't know about y'all, but that felt really good.
Yeah, thank you for having us. That's so fun.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
So now we just need people to tune in on Friday. Today, we're gonna be promoting this, and they're gonna have some clips from the Nashville Ballet that are gonna air later on NECAT. So please go to our GoFundMe page and donate. All your donations will be split with them. So you're gonna support NECAT, and we're gonna support the Nashville Ballet. So please do what you can, and every dollar help put a plate on the table.